Hello my beautiful blue hearts. I am in the studio today and I will be adding some art to my Ko-fi shop. So I'm going to be scanning some pieces, picking some pieces to do that with. So maybe if you want to just hang out with me, that would be great. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Alright, so far I've come up with this piece. This is a watercolor piece that I created. So I think I'm going to add that to my Ko-fi shop today. I have a piece here with apples that I painted, also in watercolor. So I'm going to be adding watercolor pieces today, if you couldn't figure that out. Yeah, so I'm going to be adding this one, I think, as well. And I'm debating on whether or not to add this one. Like, I still really like this piece, and when, you know, not that I don't like my pieces, I love all of my art, but I've noticed that what I do is I'll hang on to a piece for a while until, you know, I'm ready to just let it go and let it find a new home. This one, I'm not sure I'm ready just yet. So, we'll see. But yeah, I'm going to be adding these to my Ko-fi shop today if y'all want to hang out. Alright. So my studio is a mess, as you can see. It's small. I don't have a whole lot of room. I've organized as best as I can, but with such a small space and so much stuff, it's not easy. Oh, I gotta wait till I do that. I'll just set that there for now, because I'm gonna need my printer here. I need to be able to access that. Let me turn it all away for just a second. I gotta do my password for the laptop. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Alright, let's get going. Yeah, my setup in here isn't ideal, but I just do the best I can with it. Alright. I think we'll start with this piece, adding this piece to my computer, and then I can add it to my Ko-fi shop. Get that going. I hope everyone's having a good day. Let's see how this goes. What's everyone up to this week? I've been going live. I've been editing and making videos, creating art, and today I am making myself add stuff to my Ko-fi shop because I'm really bad at it. I add stuff to my Threadless shop a lot easier. It's just, I don't know, it's easier for me to do. But the Ko-fi shop is a little more in-depth, so I don't get to do it as much as I should. So I decided I'm making myself add stuff today. So there will be new art in my Ko-fi shop if anyone's interested. You know, I haven't come up with a name for this piece just yet. So I'll just... Apple... Maybe Apple Explosion. I don't know. Alright, so we got that one. On to the next. Alright, so this is a piece I just added. I will be putting that in my Ko-fi shop today. And I don't know what the dogs are barking at. Got that. Okay, looks like a salesperson or something. I don't answer the door for people that I don't know, so just a good rule of thumb, don't answer for strangers because you never know. Alright, so I'm going to add this to my computer now. What's everyone been up to this week? I hope you're having a good week. Yay for it being almost Friday. I'm really happy about that. I like to keep my hand on the lid because it helps flatten the piece out more, and so there's not any shadows that happen. I probably don't have to do this, but I don't know. It makes me feel a little bit better. Alright. Yeah, see, there's like a little bit of a shadow, so I'm going to redo that one. That one didn't come out good. Alright, let's do this again. Maybe try both hands this time. I know this isn't the glamorous part of being an artist, but it's the the necessary bits. If you want to have an art business or try to make a living from your art, you got to try and you put in the work. You got to put in the work. All right, let's see. Okay, that's perfect. That's a lot better. All right, we're gonna stick with that one. See, and this is what it's looking like on my laptop. Alright, that's in there now. So on to the next. Yeah, I found out that these 9x12s are a little too big for my scanner. So I'm going to have to start doing my art on 8x10 pieces of paper. And so that'll make it a lot easier when I go to scan them in. Alright, so the next piece that will be going. I named this one Wounded Warrior. And I did it back in October of 2022. It was after I lost my mom. Let's see how this goes. Yeah, and after I do this, I'll have to edit the pictures, get them cropped, make sure the color is right and everything, get them ready for, you know, just my shot looking picture perfect. I want them to look as accurate as possible. So I'm going to do that. Then I'll have to add them to my shop. It's a whole thing. Alright, that looks right. So I'm going to save it. And since I do have a name for this, I'm going to put it in. Alright. If there's any pieces that you don't see that you want to see me add to my shop, that you've seen me work on in the past, please let me know in the comments and I can get it added to the shop. So I'm just going through, seeing what I want to add. I think I might want to add a giraffe. I have a couple of, you know, like 2 or 3 giraffe pieces, and I think I could probably let one go. I'm really bad about keeping my art. It's difficult because, you know, you put so much of your heart and soul into your art, and it's really hard to let it go. They become like your children. I call them like my mind babies, my soul babies, because that's what they are. They feel like, you know, kind of an extension of myself. And so it's really hard for me to want to let go of some of my art. That's a problem because, you know, if I'm trying to um, make a living from this, support my family, you know, it is what it is. Alright, so this is the giraffe piece, I think, that I will be adding to my shop. These are all original pieces that will be going into the shop. So this will be available. Not a reprint, not a print, not anything like that. The originals will be going into the shop. So I'm just scanning in some pieces today and getting them ready to go. And hopefully, you know, they'll be adopted and get new homes that love them and adore them as much as I have. Alright, let's see. No, I cropped it. Let's see. We don't want to crop it. Where's that? Take off the auto cropping. Yes. No, still didn't do it right. Okay, so we'll have to do this one again. Cut off some of the tongue, and that's no good. That is no good. Alright, let's get that deleted and do it again. Alrighty. I did add some new pieces to my threadless shop if anyone's interested. So that's, you can have prints made, you can have framed art prints, t-shirts, stickers, tote bags, like coffee mugs, things like that with my art on it. Threadless is really cool about that kind of stuff. So, okay, no, there's a line going across it now. Sometimes it's tricky. You want to get these pieces just right, looking good. And sometimes the scanner doesn't want to cooperate. Alright, we'll do this again. Hopefully this will work. Press down all as much of the space as I can to get it as flat as possible. But yeah, I figured out 9 by 12 is too big for my scanner on paper and start painting on that instead. And that'll fit my scanner perfectly. And if I wanted to get a bigger scanner, of course it's going to cost more money and I'm going to need more space, so it'd just be better if I just change my paper. Okay, this might be, we're getting there. It's like closer to what I want. Let me zoom in, make sure my signature is not cut off. No, I think that'll work. Alright. Alright, so these are the pieces that are going to be put into my shop within the next couple of days or so. So this giraffe, there's paint and splatters, neon colors. Like, I think this would be really cool, like, for, like, a room with black light or something. That might be kind of cool. Kids' room, a game room. Even, you know, like, to brighten your, like, living room. I think that'd be really cool. There's another piece that's going in right now. So these pieces I'm getting scanned and they're going to go into my Ko-fi shop if anyone's interested. These are all watercolor, original, hand-painted that I've done over the past few years. There's a link in my description, a link in my profile if y'all are interested. This one's called Wounded Warrior, and I wanted to do kind of like a graffiti kind of look, but it's all in watercolor. So that's going to go. So that's, let me see, 1, 2 pieces that I've got so far that are going to go into my shop if anyone's interested. This one I probably will scan in and add it to my threadless shop so y'all can get it on t-shirts and stickers and things like that. So I'm going to go ahead and get that scanned in right now too. I'm just holding the lid down so no shadows or anything happen when it's scanning. It's kind of a pain in the butt, but until I start painting on 8x10, I think this is kind of just what I'm going to have to do. The paper is just too big for the scanner. Alright, let's see. Let's hope that came out good. Okay. Not too bad, not too bad. I think we'll stick with that. Yep, so some of these will be going into my threadless shop, some of these will be going into my Ko-fi shop, if anyone's interested. I know this isn't like the most glamorous part of being an artist, but it is necessary, so. Just trying to get some of this work done today, because I put it off and I put it off, and then I never do it. So, I'm always showing y'all new art, and then I'm never really adding it to my shops, or at least the original art isn't going to my Ko-fi shops. You know, like I said, I'll put them in my threadless shop, but the originals stay with me and they don't really go anywhere, and that's no bueno. So yeah, I will be letting go some original pieces today in the next few days. Just looking through a little portfolio here, seeing what I want to let go of. Here, I'll flip it around and let y'all see what I'm looking at. Alright, so these are all watercolor pieces, and I'm trying to decide which ones I want to let go. What do y'all think about this one? Should I let this one go? Anybody want this one? Let me know in the comments. This one is available, I believe, in my Ko-fi shop right now. This is one of my most hyper-realistic pieces that I've ever done. My style isn't usually hyper-realistic at all. It's kind of dreamy and whimsical, but I wanted to try and see if I could do a realistic piece, and I could, and I was really, really excited about that. I believe that one might be in my threadless shop too. Rainbow pumpkins. I love painting rainbow pumpkins around Halloween. And if you stick around, I'll even show you how to paint them. Every year, since I've started painting them, I'll get up there around Halloween and show people how to create these. So, if you're interested in learning how to paint watercolor pumpkins, stick around for that. You could even go in through my archive of videos and probably find where I'm showing people how to do that. This one is a watercolor tutorial that I have available if anyone wants that. And that's also in my Ko-fi shop. So if you want to learn how to watercolor and watercolor a mushroom, little fairy house, I have that available. Yeah, just going through some art pieces today and adding them to my Ko-fi shop. Original art pieces will be going out today in the next few days. This is another art tutorial I have available if you want to learn how to watercolor and paint a watermelon. If anyone's interested, it's in my Ko-fi shop. And I love getting dressed up for Halloween. I'll dress up in a costume and I'll go live and I'll paint and have Halloween music and stuff. So if y'all want to subscribe and hang out and be prepared for that, because that will be coming up in October. I love painting pumpkins and I love dressing up for Halloween and doing Halloween lives. We have a lot of fun in my Halloween lives. Some apples I painted. I'm not ready to let these go yet. One of my wolf paintings. I've done many. Just trying to get the right fill, trying to get it just so. These wolves honor my mother. She passed away and she was Native American and she loved wolves. So I painted several of these to honor my mom. See, what I'm telling you, I paint a lot of rainbow pumpkins. And there's more. This is one of my first pumpkins I ever painted. I got a whole background with that and everything. This one I was practicing painting leaves. I actually went for a walk through my neighborhood in the fall and gathered up a whole bunch of leaves, and these were what I painted. The leaves I found in the neighborhood. So that was fun. This is a, shoot, I forgot what they called it, but I guess it was an Alice in Wonderland, and I named this one a This and That Way llama. Someone had requested I paint something like that, so I did. Flamingo, I love that flamingo. It is available in my Threadless shop if y'all are interested in getting that as prints, t-shirts, stickers, things like that. That's where it's at right now. Hummingbird practice, trying to figure out how to paint a hummingbird. One of my more abstract kind of grunge pieces. My attempt at florals. I don't feel like I'm right there with the florals just yet, but it takes practice. So, yeah, just got to practice working on my florals a little bit more. And then more pumpkins. Got a ton of those. Some chickens, roosters. That bird is also in my Ko-fi shop, the original right there. If y'all are interested. Some landscapes. A llama. That's my dog. He passed away and I wanted to honor him, so painted him. Box of chocolates for Valentine's. These are all watercolor paintings that I've done. And some of these will be added to my Ko-fi shop. the original pieces will be going into the shop today and the next few days. So these are the pieces that are going. So this apple will be added to the shop. This awesome giraffe, which I think would look really cool with a blue light, or any space that you want to brighten up. Apples. And these are all in watercolor. And this piece is called Wounded Warrior, and it's kind of like a graffiti style piece. So these will all be going into the shop today in the next few days if y'all want to check that out. There is a link in my description if you're interested. But thank y'all so much for sticking around and hanging out. I know it's not the glamorous part of being an artist, but it is the necessary part. Alright, so that's just one. This is just one of my very thick albums of my pieces. I spent over 6 months painting. I would paint every day, sometimes 3 times a day. This is after my mom passed away, and I felt like I needed something to help with the grief and help with healing through my childhood trauma. I would go out to the park and paint. I would paint live and chat and hang out with people, and you know, I would even paint at home. But 6 months, over 6 months, I painted daily, and I have just stacks and stacks of art, and some of it will be released to my Ko-fi shop. So that is what we're doing right now. We're going through and we're scanning art and getting it ready to go. Yeah. I want to make space for new art and give these a new home where they will be loved and appreciated. And some of these pieces are already available in my Ko-fi shop if you're interested. And I realize that, you know, just coming in and making my art and showing my art isn't exactly enough for people to know that, hey, I do have art available. And so that's what this video is today, showing y'all I do have loads of art available if y'all are interested. If you like my style, you like my vibe, you enjoy my lives, you enjoy my content, and you want a piece of that, take it home with you. That's what this video is about today. I do have some of this art available, these Christmas ones, on cards. So if y'all want like Christmas cards, those are in my Ko-fi shop. They are available. I have a lot of Christmas art. And this snowman is a chunky boy, but he is cute. And then it's me just trying to practice doing jellyfish. And these are raindrops or teardrops with gold leaf in them. Actual gold leaf. Not gold paint, but gold leaf. Me practicing mushrooms. This jellyfish painting I did with rainwater. I went out, collected the rainwater, came in and painted these. Not for any particular reason other than it's fun and it's kind of a cool story. So, just a fun thing to do. I'm practicing feathers. These are like self-portraits. So this is me on like a bad pain day. This is me worried about my health. I have health conditions and it's not fun. And then here's me on a good day where I feel amazing and can take on the world. The days I'm not suffering. So that's what those two pieces are about. Here I am, making bubbles. And just little doodles, fun little things to do with watercolor. especially if you have anxiety. It's fun. You can just paint like circles and doodles, and by the time you're done, you have these, you know, cool pieces of art, and, you know, hopefully you feel better by the end of that. I usually do. I made a bunch of birthday pieces for my birthday a couple years ago, so that's what those were about. Here's a UFO abducting a llama in the desert. If you see any of these pieces that you want, please let me know in the comments, and I'll add them to my shop or let you know if they're in my threadless shop. I believe this one is in my threadless shop right now. So you can get that on t-shirts, stickers, prints, and more. Again, here I am practicing florals. This, I believe, is in my threadless shop. If it's not, please let me know. I love that piece. But I believe it is. I named it Tide Pool, because that's what it made me think of, tide pools. Cute little froggy that I did. This is for a piece that I'm doing now with the moon. I'm getting the papers flattened out so they're sandwiched in between all this stuff here and getting flat. This one's also in my threadless shop. And that one too. So I also do pet portraits on commission. So if you're interested in a unique, fun pet portrait, let me know. Check out my Ko-fi shop. Get yourself a fun and unique pet portrait made in watercolor. It's a good memento to keep and have of your furry friends. More florals. This is definitely in my threadless shop. Hot air balloons. I love that piece. It's so dreamy. And again, some pieces I did Halloween on my live streams. We have fun on Halloween, that's for sure. So if you love Halloween and art, definitely subscribe, because this is the place to be on Halloween. Alright, thank y'all so much for watching and hanging out. I really appreciate y'all. I hope y'all are having a great day, having a good week, and I hope you enjoy your weekend too. Alright. So this is my watercolor paintings. It's very heavy. 6+ months of work in here. And these aren't even all of my pieces. Alright, so let's get this ejected from the printer. Hang on, type in the password again. Ready to go. Get these added to the shop now. Get them edited and looking good. And ready to go. What's everyone doing? I hope you're having a good day. Alright, so I go into Corel Paint Shop Pro, and that's where I edit my images. I crop them and get them ready to go. But yeah, I just thought it'd be nice to hang out with everybody and say, hey, this is what I'm doing today. I don't usually show the behind the scenes, you know, kind of work that goes into this, and I thought, you know, it'd be a good day to do that. I didn't see if I named this piece, did I? No, I did not. Alright, so this is the piece that I'm going to be working on and adding to my Ko-fi shop now. What's a name that we should call that? What is a good name, you think? Happy to take suggestions. Yeah, so sometimes I'll need to add a little saturation of color to the piece because, you know, the scanner doesn't convey the colors right. So I'll have to come in and tweak. Let me show y'all. I'll have to come in and tweak what it looks like. So on the phone that looks pretty good, but to my eyes it's not very vibrant. So in person it's kind of dull. So I'll come in and work on the saturation a little bit and get it more vibrant. That's pretty good. That looks more realistic to what it looks like in reality. So I'm going to do that. And then I come over here and I adjust. I go to the image and resize it. So 35, we want to flip that. So we'll do 35 up here for the width. And then 5 for the height. And see how that goes. And this takes time. See the bar? It goes pretty slow. So all of this adding my art to my shop takes a while. It's a lot of hard work, and that's why I don't do it very often, because it's really tedious. It's not fun. Like, I love to create, and if I had someone to do this for me, that would take a huge mental load off of me, because it's not the part I enjoy the most. But I do want these to get a good home. I want them to go to a home that will enjoy them and love them. So it's important work. It's not fun, but it's important. So these will be added to my Ko-fi shop. If you're interested in any of these pieces, the link is in my description and in my profile. And thank y'all so much for hanging out and spending some time with me today. I know the world is chaotic. It's busy. It's fast. And overwhelming. I know I've been feeling like that lately. It's been really rough. But, you know, taking a moment to breathe and enjoy maybe like some calming music, create a piece of art, that always helps me feel better. And I hope that my lives and my content help you feel better too. And take home a piece of art to remember me by, and to enjoy, and to hopefully help you feel better at home too. But yeah, see what I'm saying? It just takes forever to load doing the resizing. Alright, well, again, let me show y'all what I'm doing. So this piece is going to be going to my Ko-fi shop, the original piece. This is the piece that you will get if you purchase this. It is a 5x7 watercolor original painting that I've done. And here is a giraffe. Now this is a 9x12 original painting that I've created too. And that's going to be going into the shop. Neon giraffe. Really cool. If you're into apples or fruit or need a piece of art for your kitchen or dining room, something like that, really cool apple watercolor painting that I did that is also a 9 by 12. And these are the pieces you will get. They are unframed, originally done by me, hand painted pieces of art. And this is called Wounded Warrior. It's a graffiti style type piece that I created to honor my mom. I created multiple wolf pieces, and this is probably one of the most unique of the pieces. So all of these will be going into my Ko-fi shop. Original art that you can frame up and mat and hang up in your home or office, wherever you want art to be. Alright, so we got this piece added now. So this is all resized. It's in the size that I want, and it's looking good. So now I can save it and get it uploaded to my shop. So really excited about it. I love this piece, and I'll have this digitally for as long as, you know, I have the digital file, so I can add that to my Threadless shop at some point, whatever. But this original piece right here is what will be going into my Ko-fi shop today. That's what we're doing right now, adding art to the shop, because I'm really bad about that. I have lots of art in my shops. I'm just not that great at updating. So I'm going to make a concerted effort to get better at that, y'all. So if y'all see a piece that I'm creating and y'all let me know in the comments that y'all want that piece, then that'll make it a little bit easier for me to put it into the shop. Alright, just going to save this now. Alright, and now on to the next, because I believe that's done. It looks great. I don't think there's anything else I need to do to it. I added a little bit of saturation to the piece and resized it, made it bigger. Other than that, it's scanned beautifully. So let's move on to the next piece. Alright, so we'll do the giraffe next. Let me get this moved around and y'all can see what I'm doing. Alright, so I'm just going in here, adding the giraffe to Corel Paint Shop is the program that I use to edit my images. And on my phone it looks really vibrant and pretty, and it looks more realistic to, you know, reality, what it looks like. This here in front of me looks pretty dull, so I'm going to come in here with the saturation and boost that a little bit, make it a little bit more colorful. Okay, now that seems like a little bit too much, so I'm going to dial it back maybe about half. And I constantly look at the piece, the original piece, and compare it to that, and just kind of try to eyeball it. So there's the original. And I want them to look as close in color as possible. So that's what I'm doing. Just kind of eyeballing it and getting a feel for what it needs to look like. I might just go up to 10, and I think I'll call it good. Might maybe even lighten it a little bit, see how that looks. I think I'll lighten it by 3 and just call that good. Alright, yeah, I'm happier with that, so that's what we're going to do. Alright, so now this piece will also need to be resized, because when it scans into the computer, it doesn't scan into a very large size, and the bigger the size, the bigger the prints, the more things you can do with it, like on the what do they call that? So the Threadless shop, print on demand. On the print on demand shops, the bigger the file size, the more things you can do with it, like add it to t-shirts and skateboard decks and things like that. Alright, so we're going to stick with the size that we inputted last time, and now we just wait. It's going to take a while. Alright guys, thank y'all so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you will check out my shop. If not, that's okay. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for supporting me with likes and subscriptions and all of that. It means a lot. I'm hoping one day I will be able to support my family with my art. That is my goal, and in order to do that, I'm gonna have to get better at adding my stuff to my shops, and so I will be making a more concerted effort to do that. I have loads of art in my Threadless shop. It's so much easier to just upload it there. But for my original pieces, it's a little more in depth, and so I will get better at that, guys. I promise. I will be working on that. So check out my Ko-fi shop for more of my original art, because that's where they will be going. I'm even thinking of maybe joining Fine Art America and uploading my work there, so they can be, you know, added to prints and things there as well. Similar to Threadless, just a different kind of platform. But I'm thinking about it. Something to, you know, mull over and consider. But thank y'all again so much for all of the support over the years. I'm now at over 1,200 followers. That's amazing. Subscribers. I know y'all aren't called followers here, but thank you so much. It means a lot. All the kind words and interactions mean a great deal and are super appreciated by me and my family. So thank you so much for purchasing my watercolor tutorials, for commissioning pet portraits in watercolor, and purchasing my merchandise and original art. Thank you so much. Alright everyone, take care, and I'll see y'all soon. Bye. Have a great weekend, everyone.